Sunday morning, July the 28th, 2024. Stan Musial. Stan the Man Musial. I'm covering his box scores, his stats, his accomplishments. I'm going year by year. I looked at every game he played in his 22-year career. 3,026 games. I looked at every game. This video, 1953 season. How did he do? Played every game, 157 games. It's a 154 game season, but some of the games were under protest, and one game was completely disallowed, but he played 157. That's how and sometimes there's a playoff toward the end. So whatever happened in the 1953 season, he played 157 games, and he got 593 at-bats. What does he do? He scores 127 runs. That's the second most. He had 135 one year. Oh, and then he had 128. So this is his third highest run scored season. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, his 10th year in a row over 100 runs scored. Very good. 200 hits, 1953 season. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, his sixth time 200 or more hits. What a player, right? What a hitter. 53 doubles. That's the most. The 1953 season, he had 53 doubles. That was his highest in all his career as far as doubles in a season. 9 triples, 30 homers. That's up from 21 the year before. 113 RBIs. The year before he had 91. So this year he goes over 100. 113. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His sixth time 100 or more RBIs. 3 stolen bases. Doesn't steal bases. 157 games, you have 3 stolen bases. That would be the one thing on Stan Musial's career that you can critique. He had a career total of 78 stolen bases. Not enough. I know he's a big guy. See, Stan was 6 feet 175. Actually, that's an average size guy. I shouldn't say big guy. But you know, Babe Ruth, 6'2", 215 or 6'3", whatever he was. Do you know how many stolen bases Babe Ruth had in his career? Let's look it up. Can't remember the exact total. But for a big man like Ruth, let's see, I got it here, Baseball Reference. He stole 123 bases. Stan Musial, 78. So that's the one thing you can get Stan Musial on. Not enough stolen bases in his career. Let's see, 1953, Stan Musial, 105 walks. If you get 100 walks in a season, it means that pitchers are afraid of you. Only 32 strikeouts. How about that? He had 593 at-bats and struck out 32 times. 337 batting average. The year before, 336. Talk about consistency. 437 on base, 609 slugging. That's up from the 538 the year before, and he had 361 total bases. You can count on Stan Musial to go over 300 bases every year. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. His 9th season, 300 or more total bases. Also, I documented what he did, some individual highs for the year. 15 game hitting streak, That was his high. 63 multi-hit games. 2 or more hits. 46 2-hit games, 13 3-hit games, 2 4-hit games. Two runs scored, 3 runs scored, 4 runs scored one time. I don't have the 2 runs and the 3 runs scored. For some reason, I didn't write it down. But he had a 1 4-run scored game. He had 22 2 RBI games, 7 3 RBI games, 1 4 RBI game, 1 5 RBI game, 1 6 RBI game. As far as the 2 runs scored game, looks like about 20 of them. And as far as 3 runs scored, roughly about 5. I don't have the exact number. But the year before he had 19 2-run scored games, and the year before 22. So in a 157 game season, I'd say about 20 runs, 2 runs scored in a game 20 times, 20 games. And then he's about 3 to 5 3-run scored games in his career. So 1953, it's probably about 3 or 4 right there. What do you think of Stan Musial's 1953 season? I think it was outstanding. 337, 200 hits, 53 doubles, 30 homers, 113 RBI. Boy, would you like to have Stan Musial on your team? Looking at his 22-year career, you got to put him in the top 10 greatest baseball players of all time. 3,630 hits, 331 career average. Stan Musial outperformed Willie Mays in career average, career hits, those 2 areas. Is Willie Mays better than Stan Musial? Willie Mays had a 302 career average, and Willie Mays had about 3,200 hits. Stan Musial outperformed him. They both played about the same number of years. Stan Musial had more career hits and a better batting average. Willie Mays had more home runs, obviously. Stan had 475. Willie Mays 660. Do you want the home runs? How about the RBIs? Let's compare Willie Mays and Stan Musial in runs scored and RBIs. You want to do that? All right, I got it here. Willie Mays scored 2,068 career runs. Stan Musial, 1,949. So that's a difference of about 100, give or take. Willie Mays played 1 extra year. He played 23 years. Stan Musial played 22. So we can say that Willie Mays and Stan Musial scored about the same number of runs, because if you add that extra year for Stan Musial, he would basically have over 2,000 runs scored. How about the RBIs? Stan Musial had 1,951. Willie Mays 1,909. Willie Mays had an extra year. Stan Musial had more RBIs. Now, as far as home runs, Willie Mays 660. Stan Musial 475. So he outperformed him there. How about career total bases? Stan Musial 6,134 with 1 less year than Willie Mays. Willie Mays 6,080. So Stan Musial has 4 categories that he outperformed Willie Mays. Career hits, RBIs, career batting average, and total bases. Now, Willie Mays has the home runs. How about doubles? Stan Musial had more. 725. Willie Mays, 525. It's like 200 more. Stan Musial had 200 more doubles than Willie Mays. Triples. Stan Musial at 141. Willie Mays, 177. So Mays has more triples and homers. He has more runs scored, but he has one extra year. So I'm going to give that's a tie in that area, runs scored. Strikeouts. Stan Musial had 696 career. Willie Mays, 1,526. Stan Musial beat him there. How about walks? Willie Mays, 1,468 walks. Stan Musial, 1,599. How about on base? Stan Musial, 417. Willie Mays, 384. Slugging. Stan Musial, 559. Willie Mays, 557. So if you want to match up these guys, Stan Musial beat Willie Mays. Career hits, 1. Doubles, 2. Triples, 3. Walks, 4. Fewer strikeouts, 5. Career batting average, 6. On base, 7. Slugging, 8. And total bases, 9 times. Willie Mays beat Stan Musial in, I forgot, RBIs. So 10 for Stan Musial. He beat him in RBIs. Stan Musial had 1,951. Willie Mays had 1,909. Willie Mays beat Stan Musial in 2 categories. Home runs, stolen bases. I guess he has the edge in runs scored, even though he had 1 extra year. 23 years for Willie Mays. You know, Willie Mays missed 1 year. 1953 season, he missed that year. He was in the military. Stan Musial also missed 1 year. He was in the military. Both of those guys play that extra year. That means Willie Mays would have had 24 years. Stan Musial would have had 23. So what do you think of the matchup? And I want to ask this relevant question. Who would you take, Willie Mays or Stan Musial? I just showed that Stan Musial had better stats in 10 categories over Willie Mays. Willie Mays won 3 categories. Stan Musial won 10. Who do you take? Now, Mays was an all-around stolen bases, home runs, defense, probably a much better defensive player than Stan Musial because he played center field, right? I'm asking myself the question, who would I take on my team? Now, Willie Mays had a 301 career batting average. 301, 302, depending on the decimal points. Stan Musial, 331. Do you want a better hitter or do you want the home run hitter and the all-around defensive and stolen base guy, Willie Mays? That's a tough one for me. I like Willie Mays, but I'll have to admit to you in this video right now, I would take Stan Musial over Willie Mays because I just proved that he outperformed him in 10 categories. And I want the all-around categories. I want the guy who will do better in all those categories. Willie Mays will give me 660 homers. I know that. But Stan Musial will give me 3,630 hits and a 331 average and fewer strikeouts, more RBIs, more total bases, more doubles, triples, better slugging, better on base. Sorry, Willie. I take Stan the Man Musial. All right, that covers. I thought that was interesting.